Imagine being on top of the world. Everyone knows your name. Everywhere you go, people stare at you. Cameras follow you. Fans scream your name. Your songs play on the radio. Your videos are on TV. And your face is on magazine covers. Feels like a dream come true. But then, that dream slowly turning into a nightmare. Imagine losing control of your own life, while millions of people are watching. Every mistake you make is talked about. Every choice you make is judged. You can't even have one private moment without the world noticing. That's what happened to Britney Spears. Britney's story is not just about fame or music. It's about heartbreak, struggles, and battles that most people can't even imagine. She went from being the shining pop princess of the 2000s, adored by everyone, to someone whose life became controlled by others. She faced impossible pressures, constant criticism, and public scandals that followed her every step. But her story doesn't end in darkness. It's also a story about courage, resilience, and finally finding freedom. In this video, we'll take you behind the flashy headlines. We'll go past the gossip and the rumors. We'll explore what really happened to Britney. The highs of her career, the lows of her personal life, and how she finally reclaimed her life and independence. This is the story of Britney Spears. Not just the star you saw on stage, but the human being who fought to find herself again. Britney Jean Spears was born in Mississippi, but she grew up in a small town in Louisiana. Her family loved her very much, but like most families, they weren't perfect. Her dad worked long hours to support the family, and her mom always wanted the best for her children. Britney had two siblings and they shared a happy, sometimes chaotic childhood together. From a very young age, it was clear that Britney was different. She had a sparkle in her eyes, a natural energy, and a love for performing that set her apart. Whether she was singing in the living room, dancing in front of the mirror, or performing for friends and family, it was obvious she had a talent that could take her far. People around her could see it too. There was something truly special about Britney, something that made you stop and watch. Even as a little girl, she dreamed big, imagining a life where she could share her music with the world. And little did anyone know, that dream would soon take her places she could never have imagined. When Britney was just 11 years old, she landed a role on the Mickey Mouse Club. This was a big deal. The show had a history of shaping future stars, and now Britney was part of it. She was still a child, full of energy and dreams, but even then people could see she was special. Her talent, her charm, her ability to perform, it made her stand out. The world was slowly starting to notice her, and her journey to stardom had officially begun. By the late 1990s, Britney was unstoppable. In 1999, she released her first single, Baby One More Time, and it became a global sensation almost overnight. Teenagers sang it at sleepovers, adults hummed it at work, and the music video played everywhere on TV. Her songs were catchy, her dance moves unforgettable, and her style, that schoolgirl outfit, that playful energy, became a trend everyone copied. Suddenly, Britney wasn't just another singer on the radio. She had become a worldwide phenomenon. People adored her, magazines featured her on every cover, and fans simply couldn't get enough. The pop princess of the 2000s had arrived, and the world was about to watch her rise higher than anyone could imagine. But fame came with a heavy price. Suddenly, Britney's life was no longer her own. The media followed her everywhere, snapping photos and writing about every little thing she did. They criticized her outfits, commented on her weight, judged even her personal choices. What once felt like love and admiration from the world, slowly turned into pressure she could hardly bear. Every mistake, every stumble became a headline. Her relationship with Justin Timberlake was no exception. At first, fans adored them, they were the perfect couple. But when they broke up, the world quickly turned against Britney. Headlines painted her as the villain, blaming her for everything. It was unfair, but it showed her just how relentless the media could be, a pattern that would follow her for years. Then came one of the most shocking moments of her life. Britney married her childhood friend, Jason Alexander. But the marriage only lasted 24 hours. People laughed, gossiped, and judged her. And through it all, Britney felt trapped, misunderstood, and completely isolated in a world that demanded perfection. Soon after, Britney married Kevin Federline, a man she thought was the love of her life. At first, it seemed like hope and happiness. But the marriage quickly became a nightmare. They had 2 sons together, but instead of joy, their relationship was filled with arguments, conflict, and heartbreak. Britney's personal life, which should have been private, was now public entertainment, and the pressure was crushing. Then came 2007, the year everything changed for Britney. The whole world watched in surprise as she shaved her head. To many people it looked like she had lost control or was just acting strange. But for Britney it meant something much deeper. Her life had been controlled by so many others for so long, her managers, the media, even her family. So, shaving her head wasn't about being crazy. It was her way of saying, I'm in charge of myself now. For that short moment, Britney finally did something that was only her choice, something that was truly hers. Her struggles didn't stop there. One day, in frustration and exhaustion, Britney attacked a paparazzo's car with an umbrella. The world called her unstable, out of control. But imagine being followed everywhere, judged for every choice, and never being able to catch a break. Anyone in her shoes would have felt the same. Her career began to suffer. Every misstep on stage was magnified. Every performance flaw became a headline. And the pain wasn't just professional, it was deeply personal. Britney faced the heartbreaking struggle of losing custody of her children. She wanted nothing more than to be their mother. But she felt powerless in a world that seemed to care more about gossip than her pain. Then came the most controlling chapter of her life. Her father, Jamie Spears, took legal control over her through a conservatorship. For 13 long years, Britney Spears lived under that conservatorship. Even though she was a worldwide superstar, she couldn't make her own decisions. Her money, her career, even her personal life, all controlled by her father and the court. It felt like her life wasn't really hers anymore. But Britney didn't give up. Slowly, she began to speak out. She told the court how the conservatorship had trapped her, how it made her feel powerless, and how she wanted to make her own decisions again. For the first time she shared her truth, not through tabloids, not through rumors, but directly to the people who could help her. Her fans noticed. They started the #FreeBritney movement, supporting her publicly and demanding that she be allowed to live freely. They posted online, attended rallies, and made sure the world was watching. Their support gave Britney strength. She realized she wasn't alone. Millions of people believed in her and wanted to see her happy again. Britney fought back, legally, emotionally, and publicly. She hired her own lawyers, attended court hearings, and refused to stay silent. Step by step, she challenged the system that had controlled her for so long. It wasn't easy. There were long delays, legal battles, and moments of deep uncertainty. But Britney stayed determined. Finally, in 2021, after years of struggle and unimaginable courage, the court ended her conservatorship. Britney was free. She could make her own choices, manage her own money, and live her life on her own terms. For the first time in over a decade, she truly felt in control of her destiny. Britney's journey shows that even when life feels impossible, when it seems like you've lost everything, there's always a way back. Speaking up, asking for help, and refusing to give up can change everything. She took her life back, step by step, and reminded the world of something powerful. No one should ever give up on freedom, or on themselves. Thanks for watching. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Winning Celebs, where we uncover the truth, the pain, and the triumphs behind every celebrity story. Like, comment, and share if Britney's story inspired you. Because here on The Winning Celebs, every fall has a comeback, and every star has a story.